Call it Motown, call it the Motor City. To Lions fans, this is home. Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Here is the Spring League star, Jake Bates, set to get this one going. And off we go from Ford Field. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Right to the air from the 30 on the first play. Right away, they're coming after him, and they get him. A sack on the opening snap of the game. Off the play fake, here's Nix. going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. Jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Seemed to me from up here, Mike, that he really locked in on that guy. He told himself, I'm going to give my guy a chance to go compete for this ball. But anytime he enters such a crowded area, it usually means if he works through his progression, there's an easier throw somewhere on the field. Instead, he tries to fit it in and just wasn't able to quite make the completion.
And that is incomplete.
This pass rush is continuing to make their presence felt here in the early going. And for this quarterback, he's lucky to at least get rid of that ball because they were on the verge of recording their second sack, and we're still here in the first quarter.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on fourth down. The Lions hauled their first time out. No move for the punt team. The offense staying out there for fourth down. He will air this out, looking for Sutton. And this will be tracked down and intercepted. And the Lions will take over here just past the 30. Speedster Jameer Gibbs. And he'll get this only up to about the 33-yard line. Second down and 8. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. A throw complete to Tim Patrick. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. That's exactly how it played out here. You can draw up all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Once again, it's Gibbs. That's a short pickup to about the 47. Alex Singleton, they're on the tackle. Third and 5. Goff gives it to Gibbs. 19. First down, Detroit.
Each week coming into the game, every team in the league, Mike, places a huge emphasis on success on their opening drive. But the key to that is sustaining possession, converting on third down. It's exactly what they were able to do here, keeping the ball on the ground.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Straight ahead with Gibbs. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
Let's give some love to the big guys up front here, Mike. The offensive line is looking good here early to start the game. Couple nice big explosive runs. Expect them to continue to lean on the big guys up front as the rest of this game unfolds.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. So that'll do it for a fast-moving first quarter of play. 0-0 is the score. And we are back to the Motor City in a moment. We'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for the Iowa State Cyclone, David Montgomery. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. On the handoff, this is Gibbs. Gibbs with a 1st down and more. And he's going to be taken down.
Every team in the NFL wishes to come into each week's game and win the line of scrimmage battle. And in this case, I think it's pretty clear which side is winning. Great first drive, primarily all on the ground.
This opening drive, it has been a work of art. Now, can they put the finishing touches on? It's 1st and goal. Here's a run. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
On 2nd down, Goff. This one's caught at the 4. And he finds a seam and takes it down to the 3. 2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. Greg and I back from Ford Field in Detroit in a moment. They'll go once more from the 3. 3rd and goal. Hey, 76. From the gun, it's Goff to the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that 3rd down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this 4th down after failing on 3rd. You know, I think it's safe to say here, Mike, as this offense leaves the field, they wanted to stay out there and go for it. But I think in this case, the coach is playing the long game. He understands that these 3 points now can end up being very valuable as this game moves along.
And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Working out of the gun. It's Nix. Open is Chapman downfield. He's got it. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25. throw it here on first down. Off he goes.
While he was running away from the pocket, Mike, I was wondering, was he going to just throw that one away or try to make something out of nothing? Give him credit. He does a nice job picking up some positive yardage before he's forced to go out of bounds.
Second down. Nix. This one intercepted. That's the safety, Kirby Joseph. And the Lions are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Inner Harbor of Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Here's the kicker, Jake Bates, ready to get this one underway. And off we go, here in Baltimore. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. Here's first and 10. The Lions called their first timeout. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin first and 10. First carry for one of the league's best workhorses, Derrick Henry. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. From the gun, Jackson. There's a short one caught by Andrews. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. try and run for this with Henry. What a call on this opening drive. They're going to go for it on fourth down. On fourth down, they snap it to Jackson. This one is intercepted by Carlton Davis. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick six for touchdown. And the defense comes up with the first points of this one. It is a pick six to make it a 6-0 lead.
And Mike, we talked all week which offense was going to be able to strike first and play with the lead. Well, the defense, they had other plans. They're able to put the first points on the board by capitalizing with that pick six.
Seven 0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10. In motion comes Andrews. On first down, they'll start the drive with Henry. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
This is a guy who's been doing it at a high level, Mike, for a long time. Not too many running backs finding success in the NFL past the age of 30. That's usually when they kind of ride off into the sunset. But as always, there's the exception to...
That's over the middle and intercepted. And the Lions are going to take over once again at their 37-yard line.
I think when he goes back and watches this film, that's certainly going to be a ball he wishes he could get back. He puts a little too much air on it, and they're able to make a play, and they get themselves off the field.
Ball rests at the 37. It's first and 10. First carry for David Montgomery. A short pickup to the 38. Here's a second and 9. First carry now for Jahmyr Gibbs. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Clearly the plan on offense was to establish the run a little bit on this drive, Mike, but the defense is having none of it. First and second down stop, no gain. Now it brings up a third and long. We'll see if they try something else.
Third and 9. To throw is gone. That one on target to Williams. He's got it. They get 18 on the pitch and catch. Good for a Lions first down. Goff with the give to Montgomery. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there. We are through one. It's the Lions who have the early lead. We'll be back in Baltimore after this. 2nd and 11. From the gun, here's Gibbs. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4, and it leads to 3rd down. Throwing here is Goff. Open man, left side, he's got it. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Goff to throw. Through the contact, it's incomplete, but a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
So after their defense gives them a gift on their last drive and gets them the ball back and on the field, they nearly return the favor following that dangerous throw of their own. And at this point, they're lucky to walk away with just an incompletion.
From the gun, on 3rd down, it's gone. That's caught by Gibbs. That's the 2nd time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards.
So far here early, Mike, the key for this offense has been their ability to maintain possession by converting on these 3rd downs. It's going to be a big storyline the rest of the way. This defense has to find a way. When they force 3rd down, they got to get off the field.
Here's a handoff to Gibbs. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain. First half in a 7-0 game. We'll come back to Baltimore after this. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Throwing, Goff. This one caught by Patrick. Well, it's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Goff. He pulls it in around the 5. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
What an impressive drive this has really been, and it's a combination of big plays and 3rd down conversions. Now after that last 3rd down,
and he will drive his way into the end zone. Jared Goff, touchdown Detroit. Certain quarterbacks have a knack for that, and he finds the space to get in the end zone for the touchdown, Greg.
Yeah, just a good old-fashioned quarterback sneak. Kind of a play that's taken the league by storm. Not necessarily the tush-push like we see up in Philly, but just as effective here, Mike.
Bates, good, with the extra point. And the Lions move out on top, 14-0. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. In motion comes Andrews. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. He'll get about 2. It was Derek Barnes with the stop. Now Now the Ravens use their first timeout as the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Jackson now on second down. He'll complete this one to Rashad Bateman. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Jackson now to throw on first down. That's to the right side. He's got Andrews. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
We've now seen this quarterback show that he can beat you from both inside and now outside of the pocket. The ability to use his legs to flush out and buy time for his receivers. They uncover downfield, leads to a big...
And for the third time in this first half, he's been intercepted. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
Well, Mike, once again, this drive, it ends the same way their last one did, walking off the field, following an interception. Now, you're hoping this is more momentary struggle than it is a trend, but as hard as it is to do, they need to get calmed down. They need to reset because their offense cannot operate at a high level if they don't have confidence in this passing game.
Goff to throw on first down. And Marlon Humphrey is there and he picks it up. And he is going to score a pick six for the touchdown. Nothing the defense loves more, Greg, than the opportunity to not only stop a team, but turn them back around the other way. A touchdown on the pick six.
Yeah, the defense just loves getting their hands on the ball when they can, Mike, but it is extra special when they're able to capitalize and take it all the way back for six.
These are the ones that rip your heart out on the offensive side. Very little time remaining in this first half as this kick is away. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. Just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. Now here's a timeout. They're going to take it with 8 seconds remaining until the break. First down, and they stick with Gibbs. Well, they weren't going to get him the second time with the same back. Defense all over that one. They stop him for no gain. We'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Here's Goff. And Marlon Humphrey is there, and he picks it up. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play here in this first half. Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half, about to get started. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. And he finds some daylight. Up past the 35-yard line. A pickup of 7. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Now Gibbs to Montgomery, heading right. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game to nothing.
Now a 3rd and 2. Now Goff. Open man, right side. He's got it. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. A gain there of 20. First down, Detroit.
A running back that can be used in the passing game is a handful for these defenses. And you can tell this offense, they're not shy getting this guy the ball. And I think the rest of this game, they're going to continue to see, hey, defense, do you have an answer for this guy?
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he'll get 4 on this one. Down inside the 40-yard line now. Here's 2nd and 6. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. This one complete to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Zone route running, Mike, is very simple. Once you come off the line of scrimmage after the ball is snapped and you know it's zone coverage, as long as it's sort of in the area the quarterback expects you to be, my rule was just run where they're not. And when he throws it, catch it. You have to wonder if next time does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play. It was clear before the ball was snapped. This was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Once again, it's Gibbs. And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it's 3rd down. Here's Goff. He's got room to roam. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here's another shot from the 6 at 2nd and goal. One more time, they try Gibbs. Looking for a seam, but will not find one. He'll take this down to the 4-yard line. This crowd into it now as we get to third down. They'll run with Gibbs, and he's going to be stopped. He gets 2 down to the 2-yard line, but now it's fourth down. So a big one looming for Jake Bates. This to make it a 2-possession lead. His kick is good. He got it. And that could be big. They now take a 2-score advantage. So, after his field goal, Bates back out to kick this one away. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. So they come to the line for first down and 10. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. The Lions have got it. Well, he certainly turned that into something on the move. Depth.
Coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. The kicker, Jake Bates, has this one on the tee. He'll run up and send this one away here at Ford Field. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So first and 10 now from the 30. They run here with Rico Dowdle. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball on the 35. Here comes second and 5. Prescott to throw it. Pass complete to Jalen Tolbert. And able to get this one across the 45. Brought down. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll be brought down right on the 50, a gain of 3. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 7. A running play, it's Dowdle. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
They run again with Dowdle. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Off the play fake, Prescott on the move to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Here's Prescott. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Well, whatever script they put together for this offensive drive, Charles, seems to be working. I'm curious to see if this defense will make any adjustments here.
Things certainly going according to plan, aren't they? I mean, the way they're advancing the football, it's like they're on the practice field having one of their better days. But instead, it's game day, and they're moving the ball downfield with purpose.
Gets by him at the 25. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. We're scoreless after 1. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with 2nd down and less than a yard. On the run, it's Dowdle, and he'll get it down this time to the 17. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Prescott. Throw is caught by Schoonmaker. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Now Prescott. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. So here we go on a 3rd and goal. This Lions defense, they haven't broken yet. Looking to throw. Prescott escaping the pressure right. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. They'll try and run for it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Rico Dowdle. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Aubrey good with a PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Goff. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 2nd down. To throw is Goff. Finding Williams once more. Complete. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Goff now to throw. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that will bring up 2nd down. Goff now looking to throw. He'll get this one to Patrick. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. To the air again, Goff. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Out of the gun, Goff. It's complete to Williams. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Now it's Goff. And that one falls incomplete, breaking his string of 7 straight passes completed.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Here's Goff. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game, but after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Gone. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Goff. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. Bates' kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing into break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board, give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. Breaks through the contact, and a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. You know, I think the defense is saying back to them, why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, put some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
Here's Goff. Over the middle and taken in by Laporta. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. All that blown up by DeMarvion Overshown.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Another run for Gibbs here. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Goff now looks to throw. Finds Gibbs on the check down. And they get him down about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 3rd down pickup of 5.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
On 4th down, Goff. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. They run here with Dowdle. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a 1st at the Lions' 38. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And able to get this to the 31.
How about the big guy there showing some agility? He just float from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the 1st of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. From the 31, here's 2nd down and 8. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson. 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
Now, this was still going to be a 1-score game either way, but still, that's a potentially harmful miss here in the 4th.
It certainly is, because if you consider that now if they give up a touchdown, they give up the lead. So he might be getting the side eye by the defenders coming out on the field now as he goes back to the bench after that miss.
fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Here comes second down at 5. Back to throw, Goff. Goes to the Porter, right side. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's first and 10 now. Now Goff. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
He's got it complete to Gibbs. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33.
Partner, you got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. He's airing it out for Williams. And that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys have just about sewn up this football game. Well, they tried to take their shot right there, but the ball hung up a little too long, and it's intercepted.
And when you describe trying to take their shot right there, usually the ball has to be thrown on a little bit more of a line. You just mentioned it. The ball hung up there. The reaction time of the defenders, they win the day and intercept it.
Points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Here's a 2nd and 8. Now Prescott. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it. The 20. And the Lions come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffer the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play, and getting it to midfield gave them that opportunity, hoping they could find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest, though.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone, from Ford Field.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Space City, Houston, Texas, and NRG Stadium. To get this one started, Jaime Fairbairn ready to kick it off. And off we go from Houston. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Whole lot of extra muscle over there on the left side for this 1st and 10. Now the first carry for King Henry. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
We met with these coaches during the week, Mike. They told us the emphasis this week about getting the run game going early. And we see it here. Nice first play pickup. Fresh set of downs.
An unbalanced look to the left here on 1st down. They'll go again here with Henry. He's beyond midfield to the 45. And he's going to take this all the way home. Derrick Henry, touchdown Baltimore. Well, fireworks right out of the gate here, Greg. It only takes 2 plays to put 6 on the board, and they do it with a big touchdown.
Mike, each week when we talk to teams, they emphasize how important it is to get off to a fast start. Well, this team, they took it to a new level. 2nd play of the game, big touchdown. They strike first.
Nothing is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Oh, what an unforced error at an untimely moment. Just tied the game, but then the kickoff out of bounds, and the ball comes out to the 40-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground, and here's Mixon. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Roquan Smith there to bring him down. 2nd down and 8. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That's complete to Stephon Diggs. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9. On the quick, right? Now Mixon. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Throwing on 2nd down, Stroud. That one caught by Tank Dell. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
That's caught. It's Joe Mixon. It's a gain of 10 yards. 1st down for Houston.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often. So that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
He's going to tuck it and go.
The key to a good quarterback scramble, Mike, is knowing when it's time to go from a thrower to a runner. And that's exactly what we saw here. Doesn't get the 1st down, but he's able to pick up some really positive yards and then get out of bounds.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go.
All right.
Here's a give up the middle to Mixon. And And that'll give him a first down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3.
Here we go.
So after 1, it's the Ravens out front. More from Houston coming up in a moment. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Here we go. South.
They'll go play action with Stroud. Diggs on the reception. That is a gain of 15, and now it's 1st and goal.
You can't run plays like this, Mike, if you don't have incredible pass protection. I mean, he started on the left side of the formation, and look how far he had to go across the field before that ball was caught. That's going to take time. That's going to take a lot of trust in that quarterback, in his protectors, to know he can stand tall in that pocket and wait for his receiver to break open.
Line of scrimmage, the 7 for 2nd and goal. From the gun, here's Stroud. That'll be taken in by Mixon. And he will dive into the end zone. Go Mixon. Touchdown, Texans. Fairbairn, good on the point after. And the Texans come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. On 1st down, they'll start the drive with Henry. They'll get 11 there, and that's a quick 1st down.
What we're seeing here in this first half, Mike, is an example of the offensive line, the running back, and the play caller all on the same page. The execution and the ability to continue to pick up chunk plays on the ground has been a great start for this offense.
On 1st down, they'll stay on the ground with Henry. And he is fortunate to get past the line of scrimmage. Call it a yard at most. Jimmy Ward that time shuts it down. Here's 2nd and 9. Jackson looking to throw. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack. What can they do here? This is 3rd and forever. From the gun, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
I think that play probably results in a completion if that protection just holds up a little bit longer. It was that initial pressure in the face of the quarterback that forced him to get rid of that ball a little bit earlier than he wanted. Disrupts that timing, ruins the play.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. That's to the left side and taken in by Diggs. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. The Texans going to go ahead and use their first timeout here. And they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down.
Okay.
Stroud. That's into the hands of Dell on the right side. And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
So not quite first and goal. It's first and 10. They're pretty close. They'll run with Mixon. And he'll take this down to about the 7. They'll go right back to Mixon. He is in. Go Mixon. Touchdown, Houston. His second touchdown of this first half. Fairbairn to add the extra point. The kick is good. And the Texans will move out to a 14-7 lead. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. Set to go now on first and 10. Here's a timeout, Houston. That's their second, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go until halftime. Jackson now to throw on first down. Now, deep ball for Bateman. And this one is intercepted. Derek Stingley comes up with it. And the Texans are going to take over once again at their own 20-yard line.
And this is what comes when you decide to attack outside the numbers. You have to have a quarterback that's A, willing to make tough throws, and B, the arm strength to do it. He has the arm. I just think that one was a little too reckless, and they end up with a big interception.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10. On the bootleg, it's Stroud. Open man, downfield, it's Nico Collins. And he's going to take this one all the way. 80 yards. Touchdown, Houston.
Mike, I'm not sure how else to put it other than this is just a complete defensive breakdown. I mean, from where this ball was snapped, you simply have to just defend the end zone, and if they throw it short, come up and rally tackle. If they throw it in the end zone, high point the ball and knock it down. You cannot give up 6 points to end this half.
Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. On first down, it's Stroud. Back to the outside. He's got Diggs.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
And he's got it. First down. A pickup of 4.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on second down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the first down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
He's got it. What about that? Out of bounds, all the way down inside the 15. It is a big-time play for Houston. 42 yards. On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Mixon. And a strong first down run, a pickup of 9, setting up 2nd and short. A tight end in motion now. Again, they'll give it to Mixon. And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll run here with Mixon. And he will not get in from there. In fact, I think he was shoved backwards a little bit.
In these goal-to-go situations backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get. The offensive line goes backwards, and they take the ball carrier down for a loss.
And he'll go down, back at the 4.
Down here this close, all it takes is one defensive lineman defeating his block and getting some penetration, and that's exactly what we saw here. Not only to stop...
It is brought in the end zone. Touchdown, Texans. Now Fairbairn for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Texans will extend this 3rd quarter lead. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it up. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. We'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Going to go right back to Henry. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, here's a give to Henry. And a good, hard run. He would not be denied. Surging forward to pick up 8.
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the first down, but that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage in a lot of situations, it'll get you the first down, just not here.
And he's got it. Good work there to take it to the 47 and set up first down. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. And this one is intercepted. Derek Stingley comes up with it. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
So all game, we've seen him take the approach as just being a game manager. But one thing you have to do if that's the case is you have to protect the ball. You can't turn the ball over, especially if you're struggling to push the ball downfield. He got a little reckless that time, and the defense made him pay.
He'll get this one out to his fullback. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Well, not exactly a highlight reel type play, but in some cases, just checking the ball down to your fullback, picking up some positive yards is the only play that's to be made.
And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Here's 3rd and 7. Stroud to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
I think this defense is wondering where some of these missed throws were earlier in the game. I mean, for a while, it seemed like everything the offense did hit, and after that last incomplete pass, although this game's all but over, this defense will certainly take it.
On 4th down, Stroud. He will let this go. Deep downfield for Dell. To the goal line and in. Take Dell. Touchdown, Houston. They continue to add points. Greg, very interesting here. They are just rolling up the score even though we're in the 4th.
No doubt, Mike. I mean, this offensive play caller has no let up. I mean, he's going to see how many points can I put on this scoreboard before that clock runs out.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. On the ground, here's Henry. A modest gain. Maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. Running left is Henry. He'll bring this to the 40. That's good enough to move those chains. It's a 1st down. On the give, here's Henry. And a short pickup, too. About the 42-yard line. On 2nd down, here's a run with Henry. And he'll get this up close to a 1st down as the tackle is made right at the midfield stripe. They'll try and run for this with Henry. A gain there of 10 yards. 1st down, Baltimore. They'll run. It's Henry. Back-to-back, gains of 10 yards, and back-to-back 1st downs. They'll go again here with Henry. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. Now the Ravens use their first time out And they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. On the handoff, it's Henry. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. Now we'll get whistles, and they have signaled for a timeout. Curious there, not sure the logic, but one stoppage with 5 seconds to go. And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. We do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play.
Just a great way to finish off a drive, and it was something they thought they had a matchup advantage all week long, was in the ground game. And you can see here, they executed at the offensive line. He got some nice blocks downfield from his wide receivers and tight ends, and he was able to do the rest.
Now Jackson and the Ravens will try to tack on 2 more. We'll give it going left. There's Henry. And he will find the end zone again. So he gets the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. We call it the octopus. And it cuts the deficit down a bit further. So the late score gets them a bit closer to respectability. They'll try to get even closer with an onside kick. And this is taken in by the defense.
This is tough. You're trying to get just right, but you have to hit it hard enough. This time, it doesn't go 10 yards. Not going to work out.
1st and 10.
Here we go.
Here we go. One final play. He'll let this go deep for Diggs. And the Ravens are going to come up with a late turnover, but it will only matter to the stat keepers. This ball game is over. So it's a win here for the Texans. They use a little home cooking here. They play a complete football game, and they send their fans home quite happy. NFL. It's a win for the Texans.